Hey, happy Canada Day. We are here at the Shoals Provincial Park. It's been a few years since we've been back here. This is a really nice non-operational park halfway between Chapleau and Wawa. We've got our dog Boreal with us today, and of course Leah is joining me on this adventure. We're gonna see how far up the lake we can get. He's really hyper in the canoe. We've only taken him on a canoe trip. This will be his third time. He's been in the canoe a few other times, but he's super hyper and excitable in the boat.
We're still training a very hyper dog how to be chill in the canoe, which he's not quite there yet. So we'll see how far we go. But there's so many sites along the way. If worst case scenario happens, we'll just pull up on one of them.
It should be a pretty good weekend. We're gonna try to base camp it, get him more accustomed to paddling. He is a hyper guy. Camping with a dog is always a little bit of a challenge, especially when they're young. That went better than I expected. Good boy. One portage on the trip, 40 meters, super simple. Side of the dam here, and then we should get to our campsite hopefully within 800 meters. To the island, that's where we're headed. Yeah. We did much better after that. So we made it. Gorgeous Canada Day. Not a cloud in the sky anymore. Gorgeous beach, this little site tucked away in the cedars. It'll be a perfect spot for 2 days. A couple old fire pits on the site. Doesn't get a lot of use, but still some. One's underwater and one definitely hasn't been used in a while higher up in the sand, but we're going to be cooking over the fire for the next 2 nights, so we're going to build this guy back up. Night 1, burgers.
So these are our burgers. What we always like to add in them is a packet of onion soup mix. Then we do a splash of Worcestershire, splash of soy, splash of teriyaki. Then we do a little bit of shawarma seasoning that you can get from McCormick Spices. And then we also always add in a little bit of garlic mix. They're really, really, really tasty. They hold together really well, and they are very, 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 very good after a long day of paddling. Although we only did 11 kilometers today, but with a dog that's actively trying to flip the canoe, 11 kilometers feels like 50 kilometers. So this is very, very well deserved. It's so good, Brad.
Just dark. Can't get over it.
I love
Admittedly, I don't do a lot of hammock camping. I've tried it maybe about 4 or 5 nights, just didn't really seem like for me. Maybe it was the setup I had at the time, but predominantly stick to the tent. Being a base camp style trip, having a little more time to relax, figured, hey, why not try it out? Not doing a sleep system, but just kind of a day slung hammock. So went to Bass Pro Shops, picked up one of these grand trunk hammocks. Got some trunk straps as well too, so go set it up on a point of an esker over here between some jack pines and see if it changes my mind, if that nice relaxing hammock lifestyle is for me or not. So put it together. Bear with me because I haven't put one of these together in a long time. Okay, so I'll need to put trunk straps on here and there. These are hammock hanging straps.
The most comfortable thing ever.
Yeah, I pitched it too low. It's dog height.
This is so comfy. I'm converted to the love of hammocks. It's fun being cocooned.
Well, it's supposed to take 500 pounds, so it's pretty wide.
Yeah, I know.
I can hang like this too. Hi. What's up, bucko?
Boreal's like, I want to be in.
Do you want to go for a swim? Do you want to go in the water? Off to go fishing. Just paddling around Snellgrave Island where we're camped. Turned to overcast now, so maybe it's a little more conducive, but it's midday, so not the best time. We'll see. Switch things up in a bit. Don't catch anything, but I'm not too much of a serious angler anyways. Yeah, it's picking up and there's rain on the horizon. So I've had like 2 strikes, couldn't even get anything in. That's about it. Not today, Rock. Not today. Right, so tonight's dinner is pizza. We got lots of time, figured base camping, we could make a dough, cook it in the reflector oven, but we've had this series of scattered showers moving in, so every 20 minutes there's a bit of a downpour. So hopefully we can get this sort of done between the raindrops, because it's going to be a little tricky tonight. One dough ball. See it in about 10 minutes. A little bit of an unconventional way of doing this. Typically I'd have the pizza actually inside the reflector oven with that nice big rock wall in the front, pushing heat back to the reflector oven. It can't fit directly in the reflector oven, so we used a grill, put the reflector oven on top. It's actually working pretty well. I checked it on the dough's cooking nicely, so we put the toppings on now. It's gonna cook. It's gonna taste like something resembling pizza, but I'm pretty confident this is gonna work out. Bam!
It's really, really good. It's just a shame that it's like intermittent showers because I'm trying to eat this as fast as I possibly can. But it's delicious.
That's really delicious. I really like the pretzel better. It tastes closer to a pizza. Gorgeous morning here. Our last day, unfortunately. Got up in good time, but we're gonna be heading back. It's about a 11, 12K paddle. Took us about 2.5 hours with the excitable dog.
He's excited.
Wind seems to be down. Hopefully it stays down because when the waves come a-rocking, the dog goes side to side, it gets a little choppy in there. But hopefully he's kind of picking up on how to chill out in the boat and it'll be a good paddle. But yeah, great time here at the Shoals. Definitely one of our favorite sort of northeastern parks for exploring. There's a lot more opportunities to check out more routes up here. Gorgeous spot, flanked by sandy eskers and rocky Canadian Shield outcrops. Can't beat it. Great place to spend a Canada Day long weekend. Alright, successful trip.
It was a really, really, really good Canada Day long weekend. The Shoals never disappoint. Boreal's performance, I'd give him maybe a C minus at times. Toward the end of today when the wind started picking up, he actually laid down in the canoe, which was really great. But you know, the 9 kilometers before that, he was a bit of a pain. But he's still learning and we're still learning as well. And he's doing better than we were expecting. You know, just being out in the canoe all together is always a good time. Do you like canoeing? Yeah.